some of each. Yeah, it's,
Somebody pulled in, you said?
No, I asked if the snow was blowing.
All right, let's get started. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I guess we got. You want to do our sheets? Okay, we'll call the committee of the whole meeting to order on Tuesday, March 14th, 2017 at 7:02. Roll call, please.
Mr. DiCarlo.
Here.
Mr. Hoffman, excused. Mr. Condit.
Here.
Mr. Petrovic.
Here.
Mr. Silverston, we don't know.
Don't know, man.
Okay. Mr. Wiggins, here.
Okay, we have meeting minutes from February 28th, 2017 to approve, discuss. What's your pleasure?
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call, please.
Who did the motion?
Mr. Connick did the motion, Mr. Petrovic did the second.
Okay, Mr. DiCarlo,
Yes.
Hoffman's, Condit. Mr. Condit,
Yes.
Mr. Petrovic,
Yes.
and I abstain.
Okay, 3 is good for approval, 1 abstention. All right, we'll go into reports. I do not have a report for the mayor. I don't have anything from the law director to report. Engineering, Mr. Molina, I believe, has given that report.
The plans for Noah's Trail are complete. They'll be going out to bid shortly. We're starting to get the bid roll beginning of May. And engineering finally received the plans from Aurora for California. So they're reviewing those, and once that's done, they'll go out and they'll send them out for bid. And that's all we had.
Good. And the next 2 are yours as well. Service Department.
Last night's snow event, we started clearing at 9 p.m. By 8:30 this morning, we pretty much had the roads under control and wet. They stayed wet up until about an hour ago. We still have 300 tons of salt left at Cargill. We brought in 300 last Friday and Monday. We're sitting with about 700 back there, so we should be okay now to get us through the rest of the year. We had minimal damage from the windstorm. We are having a special branch chipping next week, weather dependent. As long as the snow's off the ground and people have a chance to get the branches out to the curb, it is on the website. The regular branch chipping schedule is on the website. We put that together in conjunction with the township. And we also put together the leaf back schedule for the fall. So we'll be alternating back and forth with the township.
Is there a diameter limit on that branch chipping? Because I had a couple big ones.
There is, and I'll have to find out. I can report on that at the next meeting.
I think the website says 10 inches.
Does it?
I'm sorry?
I think the website says 10 inches.
Good thinking. Thank you. And depending on what happens once the snow's gone, we may be doing a spring leaf back. Run for a couple days through the village if we get, we start seeing people up and out. Right now, there's 3 properties that have leaves out. We'll just have to see what happens. They might be gone since the windstorm.
Was the power over here by the end of Harrington in Illinois, was that basically just that one house, or was there, I know there was an issue over here. First Energy had a couple trucks
Yeah,
for like 2 days.
The tree came down and hit the house, and on the side of the house was where the meter was, and the line coming in from the pole. I think it might have broken the line or did something to the meter, but the tree had come down and was laying right next to the house.
I know you went on their website and they had a big dot
then we do have one telephone pole leaning at the corner of Florida and East. And it took about a half hour to finally get through to Ohio Edison, because if you're a resident calling, you put your electric bill account number in,
Okay.
and you report it online. Try to talk to someone is almost impossible. But I got through.
It's all automated.
Okay, we'll go into rec center. As of this morning, we're at 3956 on memberships. April 15th, we're having the first annual Reminderville Easter Egg Scramble. We'll have a 1 mile run as well as a 5K run. The same day is the Easter egg hunt up here at the park. We're going to be offering spring break camp the week of March 27th through the 31st. We will also be having summer camps with many fun things to do for the kids. Summer camp registration will begin March 15th, 5 to 7 p.m., March 18th, 10 to 2 p.m., and March 22nd from 5 to 7. And I'll leave a copy of this. Stacy can get it if we need. We'll be accepting 50 kids from kindergarten through 6th grade. The spring-summer brochure will be going out in April with many new programs for kids of all ages. And we're having a health and wellness fair on August 5th. There'll be more information coming on that. The next 3 weekends, we have tournaments going on this weekend, and next weekend will be volleyball tournaments on Saturday. The following weekend will be a basketball tournament that will start Friday night around 5:30 and run through Sunday night. And that's all I have.
Did you say the Easter egg hunt will be back over here by the police station? Okay,
In conjunction with our police department.
okay.
Any other questions? Okay, I have no report for the fiscal officer or the police chief. Then we'll go to the fire chief's report. Chief Plunkett?
A couple things. One is that I think you're gonna be, reading it out tonight, that we have another firefighter retired. And so, we're down 2 guys now. Brought in a few guys for interviews, they didn't go so well. Oh, we're still looking, we've gotta get some more guys on before, summer. The next thing is, they came, the contractor, Ohio Plumbing, that's repairing the sewer line. They came to get started, and they found out that the county, Summit County, had marked the line improperly. So they called them back to come out and remark the line so they know where to dig. And that was last week, like Thursday, Friday, and then this.
Of course it was.
So, as soon as this melts off and the ground hardens up a little, they'll be back to start digging. And the last thing was that, the app, the 911 cellular app, I don't know if you heard about that or not, but, is anybody here is up to speed on that?
I'm probably the only one. I don't know, maybe Rod.
Okay, well, we were all set to go, live with that, with the exception of the company, 911 Cellular, had to get down to the dispatch center, to the fire dispatch center, and they had to schedule all the training for the dispatchers so that they knew how to run it. So they did that. That took a couple of 2.5 weeks to do that, get them all in there scheduled. And about the time they were finishing that was when I went on vacation, and while I was gone, it completely fell apart. It completely fell apart. So when I came back from vacation, having conversations with my assistant chief, who was in on it, and the mayor, the city of Twinsburg, at the last moment, changed their demands. They made some additional financial demands that were outrageous. And so we're not going to do that, certainly. So I called the dispatch center to try to get an understanding of what happened. And it was a bunch of nonsense. It was a bunch of political nonsense. So I recommended to the mayor, get in touch with the law director, have him review the contract for the termination terms, call the company back, tell them we're out. I mean, I can't do that, I'm not counsel, obviously, but, that would be my recommendation, because the terms that Twinsburg is now demanding are just ridiculous.
That's being kind. What did the mayor say?
As he was walking out, I was having a meeting with him, we were talking about it as we were walking out, and I got the impression he was under the, he was agreeing to that.
Right.
I mean, he's tied up tonight, he couldn't make it tonight.
Correct.
I think that he's possibly going to recommend that to you guys as well. That's what I would do. I mean, I'm not gonna have those guys hold us hostage like that, it's crazy.
When you say those guys, are you talking about Twinsburg
Yes.
or the provider? Okay.
Twinsburg,
Yeah.
police, the Twinsburg dispatch center.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna answer,
We don't understand.
a couple of, maybe a dozen 911 calls more a year, 12 times roughly the phone is gonna ring and they gotta answer it.
And the potential lives that this will save,
Right.
and certainly property
Right.
that will be saved and stuff.
So for a dozen phone calls,
Somebody's
they
not
wanted us to
thinking.
pay them, they wanted us to hire another dispatcher, full-time, and give them an additional $75,000 a year.
It's more than the ad.
It's outrageous, it's ridiculous.
It's more than what we pay now.
Yeah,
We're only paying them $25,000 a year now for the
For
whole
the volume.
dispatching for the fire department and all of the dispatching for the police
if
department.
they were to prorate the extra work, it wouldn't amount to
No, technically, it's really not any additional calls, because they're gonna get those calls anyhow.
They're gonna get the call anyhow, because if the person can't do it on their cellular.
They're gonna do it on the
They're gonna do it on their, right on
Right,
911,
so
the
it's-
same dispatcher's gonna answer the phone 2 seconds
It's
later.
just that it
What's the-
benefits their residents as well.
Mhm.
I know this was brought up
Other-
at least a couple of years ago. What are other alternatives to them being our dispatchers?
Well, Aurora could do it, or the Summit County Sheriff could do it. Either one of them has technically could do it. But it's, again, I'm not.
No, we don't have to get into
It's politics.
detail, but,
Right.
Yeah, it's politics.
right,
As far as how would,
because eventually they were supposedly gonna get rid of the Twinsburg one and go to Stowe and do it all, but I know that.
Well, when,
We can partner on so many things, why not this one?
Right.
the county could do it with the flip of a switch.
Yeah.
But you get grief from their mayor, their council,
I know.
our mayor,
Like
our
you said, it's
council,
political.
police chief, this police chief, that police chief. Police chief's telling me that.
We'll have to definitely talk to the mayor about this.
Yeah.
Anything else, chief?
No more good news.
It's good, I don't think we can handle any more good news. Any other questions for the chief? Okay, architectural board of review, there's,
We're going to meet again on March 27th, Monday, March 27th at 7 o'clock.
okay, planning and zoning.
Two is-
Appeals, I'm not.
Oh, that's right, you're next.
All right, you're next, board of zoning appeals.
Okay, we met yesterday and we approved, well, actually, it was already constructed, raised paver patio and retaining wall. We did approve it,
Okay,
and that was on Liberty Cove, behind the apartments.
Are they having problems with flooding on that area?
Funny you should mention that.
I
Story?
think there's gonna be a problem, because behind, the neighbor was there, the grading is terrible. That man is going to, his neighbor, and it had nothing to do with the patio, his backyard is gonna be underwater all the time. Apparently, they said they graded it, and then they built the houses higher than it should have been.
There are two neighboring properties higher than this man's property, and he has flat, he has no grade.
Yeah.
So the other two properties drain onto his property.
Mhm, mhm.
And he doesn't have that high of a distance from the ground to the base of the house. So we think our engineer and Ryan Holmes really need to talk,
Mhm.
especially while the
It really-
houses
it
are
really
still
is-
in
it really
warranty.
is
and-
bad. It really
Yeah, there's a lot of French drains that should have been put in over there and stuff, so interesting, but we've seen in looking at some of the requests that have come forward, all of the members tend to go over and review the properties and stuff. So over the past few months, we've seen many issues from property to property over in that particular
But
subdivision.
it's all under warranty, is it, right now, right?
At the moment.
Well, the one of the backyards is like almost 18 inches higher, 18 inches or something, than his neighbor. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And they're not that big of yards.
Yeah,
No, there's.
So the entire water flow from the one guy's yard ends up in the other guy's.
and it's all gonna end up in the last house,
Yeah.
really, and it is ending up there, so he
So,
really has.
Yeah, it just, that was the interesting conversation.
I hope between our engineering department and Ryan, they can fix it, because it's a show.
Mr. Rodick was going to brief Terry.
He was, okay,
And,
that was my next question.
Yeah, there's,
It's too bad.
we need to get those issues addressed before these homeowners are settled, and certainly before anybody
Yeah,
has a flooded front room.
What's that development called? What's back there?
I know the street was Liberty Code, but I can't remember what.
Liberty Ledges.
No,
No,
Liberty
no,
Ledges.
this is by
No,
the
this is-
apartments.
this is
the
the one-
This one here?
apartments.
Right behind you.
Liberty Cove is good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, well, that's the name of the street, but that may be named by the name of the,
Glenwood Greens or something?
Yes.
Something?
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we need to,
That was the name of
Well, that
the
sounds
street.
like that's gonna be fun too.
yeah, that's,
Well, at least they're not dealing with
need-
DEO, so that might
yeah.
help.
Before those people have real lawns, that's what I'm saying, I think these modified French drains need put in, and
Mhm,
it's gonna need catch basins, there's,
something.
water needs to be rerun from those into their downspout drains to get it out, because there's no way to even take it to the streets. Yeah, there's a whole drainage issue that somehow got overlooked, shall we say.
Do they have sump pumps there?
No, they're all slabs.
Running into their.
And what
Well,
happened
slabs.
there is that
Well,
we had a problem with water, and we had water in our heating ducts. Luckily, I have a family, we have family that does that, you know, part of our family
so
does
yeah,
that.
I don't know about the
But
condo
our
part,
land
but
is
the houses are
flat.
slabs.
Okay, is that all we have for the appeals report? Okay. Finance is next. Finance met before this meeting at 6 o'clock. We went through January's bank statement. And we also recommended payments in the amount of $175,864.12. Our next meeting will be March 28th we'll also do 6 o'clock, and hopefully we'll have, well, I would say we definitely have February's bank statement to go through. Almost definitely. Cable. I went to the cable meeting last Thursday, because Walt's on that board consortium, but he couldn't make it obviously because he's in Florida. Rod's the alternate. He couldn't make it. He was in San Diego, so they asked me to sit in to be a representative of Reminderville, not knowing what the heck I was sitting in on, because I don't even have cable. So it was interesting. I don't want to take up too much time. They had their annual report and they had their monthly report. The thing I thought was interesting is their budget, yearly budget is $1 million, which I would have never guessed it was that high. For licensing fees and stuff like that. And they got a bunch of new equipment. I don't know if it's last year, but it's kind of neat. Really the only thing for the public is now their Spectrum now. And if you have their internet with them, yeah, it might only save you $5 a month,
Yeah,
but
that's right.
call them, because now the modems are free. So, call, see what happens. And then the rest was just basically all money. They did put out their annual report in a nice book. I don't have one for you, this is Walt's.
We can share.
It's actually very impressive, and it's online too. So it's just really well done, tells everything that Cable 9 does. So it's worth looking at. Okay, that's all I have for cable. Communications, no report. Long-term community development,
They're meeting tomorrow at 6:30 at the Heritage Hall, and I hope they have as good a turnout there tomorrow as they had here tonight.
yeah, really. Nice. Records, no report. Jed met last Tuesday at the Township Hall. It was pretty uneventful. Really, the only thing we did was an executive session to discuss property, which I won't discuss here, because that was an executive session. Nothing was discussed in open forum, so that's all I have for Jed. Our next meeting will be the first Tuesday of June. And that's it for reports. We'll go into legislation. The first legislation is currently tabled. Well, I would ask for it to be taken off table during our regular council meeting, but it won't do any good because we don't have enough people to pass by emergency. So that's Resolution 16, 2017, a resolution accepting the resignation of James Matchin from the Village of Reminderville Fire Department effective February 28, 2017. It will be its second reading once we take it off the table. The regular legislation, Resolution 19, 2017, a resolution authorizing a $100 donation to the Aurora After Prom Committee. That will be its second reading. Resolution 20, 2017, a resolution authorizing a $100 donation to the Twinsburg After Prom Committee. That also will be second reading. Resolution 24, 2017, a resolution to authorize and direct the fiscal officer to pay directly to the police chief, Mr. Jeff Buck, the amount of $35,999.94 to buy back a portion of Chief Buck's accrued sick time. That would have needed to go by emergency, but that'll be at first reading. Resolution 25, 2017, a resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into a service agreement with Amy Terry for the cleaning of Reminderville Police Department. First reading. Resolution 26, 2017, a resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into an HVAC maintenance agreement with Jackson Comfort Systems and declaring an emergency. First reading. And Resolution 27, 2017, a resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into a maintenance agreement with Otis Elevator Company. Declaring an emergency. First reading. Mr. Molina will not be here for the council meeting, so if you have
No, I'll stay.
You'll
But
stay?
I just want to, since it's only gonna be a first reading tonight, can we have Stacy send out copies of the contract so everybody has it for the next time we meet? And if you guys decide you need to have a special meeting, that would be awesome too. But both contracts, Otis Elevator did the permanent repairs on the elevator. That's why we were holding off signing it, because there was some question as to what caused the problems and who was responsible. And Bruxton ended up picking up the tab to get the temporary repairs done and the permanent repairs. Now that that's done, we're ready to sign the agreement. And with the Jackson Comfort, I went out and got 3 bids on the maintenance for the HVAC. It is very expensive because of the number of units we have, and we'll be on quarterly maintenance. We've already had issues just from opening with construction dust in the systems, and so and we're to the point now we're ready to sign the contract. Everything's up and running. The glitches we had should all be fixed, and as soon as we can get this signed and get that quarterly maintenance started, because we've been open 6 months now. So we're about 3 months behind on getting caught up. That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
Just want to also expound on that contract a little bit, depending on what the mayor wants to do, obviously. But in the event that he recommends that or determines that we're gonna terminate the contract. I don't have the contract with me, so I don't know specifically what the terms are, the termination terms are. But I would recommend that, we were very clear with them before we paid them and before we signed the contract, that if Twinsburg wasn't going to cooperate, we couldn't do it. So they said, we understand that, and that was very well-known understanding before we agreed to it. Then we signed the contract, then we wrote them a check, and then they began to develop the app, personalize it for our village. And then they spent time training our dispatchers. Then the city of Twinsburg Police Department changed their mind. So if we do terminate the contract, we can get all of our money back. But I would say it would only be fair
To give
to
some,
give them something,
I agree.
because they were operating in good faith.
right.
We told them that Twinsburg was going along with it, we signed the contract, we gave them their
We
money.
didn't get anything in writing from Twinsburg.
Twinsburg is the one that stuck it to us, so
Right.
it's not really their fault.
No, I agree, I
So,
agree.
should we get the bulk of the money back? Absolutely. Should we get all of it back? Not in my personal opinion. It's strictly up to you.
I agree, and I think we actually did receive a price just for the setup in one of our quotes, so we can maybe use that as a basis to pay them, but yeah, we'll discuss that. So that'll take us into old business. Yeah, I was gonna ask for something, Mario, it just totally just left my head. So any other old business? Any new business? I guess new business, I'll just talk real quick. Are you guys available next Tuesday? In case we need a special meeting? I know I am.
I am.
Good.
Good.
I have to double check.
Double check, okay, and obviously we'll have to, it'll hinge on Mark too, so, okay. You might be getting an email
Okay.
to do that, cause I know we need to get Chief Buck's thing, passed too, so. Okay, any other new business? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. Condit,
Yes?
Mr. Petrovich,
Yes.
Wiggins, yes.
Okay, everybody?
That's everybody.
Okay, committee of the whole is adjourned at 7:29, and we will move right into the council meeting. Unfortunately, it'll be real quick since we can't do much.